Let's talk for a minute about the basic unit of life, the cell. Specifically, we're going to talk about the eukaryotic cell, which makes up plants and animals. But first, a few basics on cells. All things are composed of cells. The term cell was coined by a man named Robert Hooke, who used a microscope to look at them back in 1663. He thought they looked like just a bunch of rooms, like monk cells, back to back, bunched together, not doing anything. Of course, he was far from correct. The cell is a fundamental unit of life, composed of many organelles and systems. Cells are the basic units of life. Plant and animal cells are both eukaryotic cells. This means they contain a membrane-bound nucleus and a membrane-bound organelles cell structure. This serves the wide variety of specialized functions, from metabolic to structural support purposes. However, this complex structure of both plant and animal cells differ in many ways. Though all cells do arise from previous cells, it is discovered through the study of cells that they are all the things that make up life as we know on this planet. Let's look at plant cells first. Scientific observations tell us that plant cells are rectangular in a fixed shape. They have a rigid cell wall that is made up from cellulose, which is a complex carbohydrate. It's very difficult to digest cellulose, and animals need carbohydrates, which they get in turn from eating plants. Now, the cellulose also gives structure to the root and the stem and the leaves to protect the plant. Plant cell features also include vacuoles, large single membrane organelles that are filled with liquid and basically fill the space in the cell, occupying almost 90% of the cell's volume. Vacuoles also fulfill the digestive purposes and can store nutrients in, or offer a location to degrade unwanted substances. The large central vacuole plants use to fill with water, helping to enforce the plant, creating turgor pressure. Water gets lost after a long time, causing the plant to wilt, which is basically losing its water pressure. Another thing is plastids. Those are organelles in the part of the cell the plant uses to store compounds they need. Chloroplasts are an important part used to convert light energy from the sun into sugar and oxygen. It does not need the sugar and oxygen, so it gets rid of them through the leaves and various fruits and vegetables that humans and animals are able to eat. Animal cells are usually smaller than plant cells. Animal cells additionally have a round, irregular shape. Lysosomes are the waste treatment part of the cell, breaking down the cell waste and sending out recycled organelles that have enzymes to break down cellular waste products and simple compounds using to build cells, continuing to build more cells. They're also present in animal cells, cytoplasm, while lysosomes usually are not evident in plant cells. Cytoplasm is a liquid material that fills the cell. Also, animal cells have cilia, which is hair-like structure that cells use to move objects. For example, the cilia in your throat, which moves the mucus up and down to your stomach. While the presence of cilia in plant cells is very rare. Mitochondria is the power plant of the cell. Energy derived converted to ATP to keep the cell going. Animal cells also have no cell wall. They do not have a cell wall because they have skeletons, which give their bodies their support and structure, whereas the cell walls in plants give them that structure. Animal cells additionally have one or more vacuoles, which are smaller than those of plant cells and used to store water, ions, and waste, and a flexible membrane which allows them to move around. You see now how important cells are in understanding cells. They are the circle of life, beginning from the smallest cells to every plant and animal on the planet. Cells form together to create tissues. Those tissues create organs. And of course, those organs create an organ structure, which becomes you and me. All of us have a lot to be thankful for when it comes to cells as the building block of everything that we are.